This is the HomeTech Podcast for Friday, November 14th, maybe. From Sarasota, Florida, I'm Seth Johnson.
Definitely not November 14th. From Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I'm TJ Huddleston.
And from Pickering, Ontario, where it's not November 13th, I'm Gavin Campbell.
And welcome.
Is last week's show even out yet? I don't even know.
You don't know what day it is, TJ.
Where are we?
Welcome to the HomeTech Podcast, a podcast all about home technology and time dilation. I mean, who knows what day it is?
We're not timekeepers. We're podcasters.
Yeah, exactly. We have day jobs.
Some of us.
Yeah. Well, TJ, you said it's December, so you're setting up a bunch of security cameras, right?
Yeah, for some reason, it's funny. Every time that the cold weather comes around, it's not technically winter yet, but we can just call it winter because it's cold here in Ohio now. I always get exterior camera jobs or exterior jobs in general. So I think I have like 2 exterior jobs already. I'm working on a couple more. I'm like, yep, let's go ahead and do them in December. Why not? I already hate my life.
Well, it's perfect time to do outdoor work because you have so many hours of daylight. It's perfect.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not the problem, Seth. The problem is that it's 30 degrees outside. No, I don't want to work outside in 30. Have you ever worked outside in 30 degrees, Seth?
Probably not.
Yeah, it's not fun. No. I can tell you that.
No.
You got chapped lips. Your hands are cold. Yeah, not fun.
I mean, it's all of 65 degrees here, and I'm like, put the Aquaphor on.
You got the heavy winter coat.
I know it's right here on the. Yeah, actually, I had one on the other day. It was really cool. I mean, we got down to the 40s this week, or 40, 38. I saw it, so that's cold for Florida. That's some freezing weather. Well, when you're setting up those cameras, make sure you set the password not to the Louvre. You don't want it to be Louvre, because evidently that's pretty easy.
Louvre.
The Louvre.
The R always throws me off too, Seth. I feel you. Every time I see that, I'm like, why is the R there? I don't know.
I know how it's pronounced. I've been there. Like it's a beautiful museum, but it has a few less relics than it did when I was there, I guess. But
yeah, if you didn't hear about this, I would be very shocked because you've been living under a rock. But the Louvre was broken into, and they stole a bunch of crown jewels and everything like that. Supposedly, their camera password was Louvre.
Yeah.
Which, if you've worked in technology, I don't think you would be surprised at all, because people always have the worst passwords ever. And so this honestly was not surprising to me. A little disappointed because this is a major place. Like, they should have had definitely a stronger password.
Yeah.
This isn't your grandma's bank account. So
I just want to point out, if you're listening to the show, all this happened last year. So just not to throw you off. By the time this got published.
Yeah, this is not what like, I mean, I guess it really didn't matter that the password was Louvre because it doesn't matter. Like, that's not how they broke in. They broke in just by brute force, cutting open some windows, stealing stuff as fast as they could, and then climbing down a ladder or something like that. I don't know. But they're auditing, the entire organization. It's a big building. It's a massive building. So
were there no lasers and smoke, and they had to crawl through the laser beams and stuff? Like, TV makes it so much better. That's what I was imagining when I heard this story.
It was open though. I mean,
I was gonna say that's the worst part. It was open, so I'm sure a lot of the security was off because who would steal in the middle of the day?
Yep.
The craziest thing of the whole thing is they had a video of the people taking the motorized lift down from the second or third story of the building. They're just going super slow. They're just just casual. They got the vests on and everything like that. They're just kind of just chilling.
Yeah. You just don't look like you're in a hurry. Nobody will stop you.
I mean, you know what I say is whenever I go into a commercial building, I usually carry a clipboard because if you don't carry a clipboard, nobody pays attention to you. But if you carry a clipboard, you can get in anywhere you want. You can talk to whoever you want because they think you're important.
You're supposed to be there.
Most of the time, there's nothing on my clipboard. It's literally just a blank clipboard, but nobody can see what's on it.
Just walking around with a clipboard.
What do you got on there? You need to sign something? No. Don't look over here. Nothing.
It's in triplicate. You got those yellow and pink forms in it or something. I guess this took place at 9:30 a.m. during normal operating hours on a Sunday. Small truck backed up next to the museum, had a ladder on it. 4 suspects used power tools to break into the gallery on the second floor, stole a bunch of stuff. And like you said, they just took the lift down and then took off on scooters because that's what you do. But I guess they're auditing the place and they found out the password was Louvre. And yeah, they also found there was easy access to rooftops during periods of construction and security software that was more than 2 decades old, which also not surprised at all about. Did they ever get their stuff back or no?
I actually did not hear. I think they caught one or two people at the airport. They were trying to leave, but I don't know if they got it. I think the worst part about all this, though, is that if they do get it back, it's probably just going to be like broken down jewels.
Yeah, there's
because it's
no
not
way.
Not like the criminals are going to turn around and like sell these jewelry pieces. They're just going to break it down and sell the gems and everything like that. So very, very sad.
Here's a article from the New York Times that's linked in here. It says 3 out of 4 of the have been arrested, but the jewelry is nowhere to be found. And like you're saying, it's probably just chopped up into different small pieces. That sucks.
Yeah, which is sad because you would think, I mean, obviously the gems are valuable and everything like that, but you would think the whole package deal is kind of the important thing.
Mm-hmm. When you're setting the cameras up, just, password, probably not a password. 1, 2, 3, 4 is okay, I guess.
It's the same as my luggage.
It's great. That's a great movie. All right. Well, we got a couple of HomeTech Headlines. What do you say we jump in?
Let's do it.
I can't believe you guys let us not talk about CES.
Go back.
Too late. It's too late.
No, we have to go back.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. That's fine.
All right. Well, yeah, because we got some new stuff out here. Ring has some new feature. It's got some new AI-powered features called single event alerts. And it's aimed at reducing a flood of notifications from its video doorbells and cameras. Instead of sending multiple alerts from the same ongoing activity, like kids running around in the yard and playing or someone mowing the lawn, the system analyzes the motion events and groups them into a single notification. How nice is that? That's great. I hate the Ring thing because it would always give me like somebody's walking in your driveway. It was me. I was walking back and forth. Stop taking pictures of me and telling me that I'm walking back and forth. Ubiquiti needs this. Ubiquiti needs something like this.
Yeah.
Fire up the little AI things and make them do is group these notifications together of me walking in and out of my door.
Yeah, this is a very common question. Whenever I install cameras for somebody, no matter what camera system is like, what happens if I'm having a party next weekend and there's like 1 billion people here? Am I going to get notified all the time? Like, yes, you are. And how do I disable that? Well, I mean, really, there's not a good way. You just go and disable your notifications for the day. Like, that's kind of it. So it is kind of nice to see stuff like this because this is really needed. And I'm in my backyard or my front yard all the time doing things, and I don't need 20,000 notifications telling me that I'm in my backyard. So,
Well, good to see. All right, let's move on here. IKEA's got a new line of low-cost Matter over Thread smart home devices, including bulbs, remotes, sensors, and plugs. Products are designed to be affordably easy to use, compatible with many other any other Matter-enabled platform. There you go. The new line replaces IKEA's older Zigbee-based devices, includes upgrades like brighter and more colorful Japlas bulbs, I guess, and then Bilresa remotes with scroll wheels. There you go. And then the Timberflot sensor. Why do they name them these? I mean, I know why they named them this, but man, it's just so hard. Let's see. The sensor adds a display for temperature and humidity, which is nice. And the Alpstuga air quality monitor now includes CO2 tracking and a clock. There you go. The Didgeridoo Hub has been updated to support Thread 1.4 and Matter 1.3 with full Matter controller and Thread border router built in. There you go. So yeah, smart bulbs. It says those are going to come around 4 pounds. What's that? Maybe $5 a smart bulb? That's not bad. The remote control is around $3-4, and the AIQ monitor is 25 pounds. So what's that? $30, something like that. Hey, there you go. Not bad.
You butchered some of those names so bad. I'm pretty sure you offended people in other countries.
Oh, I'll hear about it, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's the feedback form is going to be full this week.
I think this could be a drinking game at CES.
Ooh, yeah, I did that
Have
one
Seth
year.
pronounce IKEA names.
But this is, this is a huge win for Matter, and I guess that's in the title of the article. But it's huge for Matter because now, like, you're bringing in their devices more mainstream in IKEA. So, somebody that's just browsing around IKEA and they see these devices, they'll grab them, and they probably won't even know what Matter is or care, but it will connect to their system they have at home, and more than likely they have a Thread border router or something at home, and it will work fine.
It looks nice. Yeah, all the products actually look really nice too. There's some pictures of them on the Verge there. They say shipping in January, no U.S. pricing yet, but it'll probably be around the same price. It's what the European pricing is. So All right, moving on. We got some new products from Third Reality. They've got some smart blind Gen 2, and it's a Zigbee 3.0 compatible motorized window shade designed for smart home integration. These are cordless honeycomb blinds that offer up to 100% blackout using aluminum foil coated fabric and are available in widths from 33 to 80 inches with a maximum height of 74 inches. That's pretty great. Gen 2 features dual motors for smoother, more balanced movement and supports both voice control by Alexa and offline control with an IR-held remote. Let's see. Power comes from 4 rechargeable C-size batteries housed in the bottom rail, offering 300 cycles per charge depending on the blind size. This is pretty cool. What do you guys think about this?
What I really liked about Third Reality blinds is how they put the batteries in the bottom rail. I always like that because everywhere else, my blinds have it in the top rail, but it just takes space. You gotta put a little cover around it, stuff like that. But I like how they did this because then you can keep it. You may not need that top rail to hide things. It's all built in. I think that's cool. And the size going up to 80, that's pretty big of a window.
Yeah, these look pretty nice too. I like how affordable smart blinds are coming. I mean, $199 for a 33-inch wide smart blind with blackout. I mean, that is very affordable. You can get cheaper options. We don't have to joke with each other here, but this is a pretty good price here.
Yeah, $359 for the 80. So yeah, not bad, not bad. If you're in for these this style, then it's not a bad option, I don't think.
It is interesting that these are still Zigbee, though. I wonder if they'll go all in on Matter at some point.
Yeah. Now that Ikea has, I think they have to, right? I'm trying to see in a picture how the batteries fit in that bottom rail.
That's what I was confused about, too, because the bottom rail, obviously, pictures are a little different, but the bottom rail and the pictures look very small. And it's like, where are these fitting at? So it must be huge.
Are the motors in the bottom?
I mean, I guess C batteries really aren't that big, but
it's just like, it's wild because you have to, they have to lift themselves up. They're not just lifting the weight of the shade, but it's lifting the batteries, the motors, and everything. It looks like interesting.
But the batteries aren't going to be that heavy, for the motors.
Not a rechargeable one. I guess I'm thinking the old C-size batteries. But
they are C-size batteries.
But a lithium C-size batteries isn't going to be the same weight as whatever the nickel, cadmium, or whatever the other ones were. All right, let's also check out a new product from SwitchBot, the AI art frame. This, hey, you guys want a picture on your wall? You want a picture of random AI art on your wall? Boy, does SwitchBot have the $149 product for you, but you can get it 20% off, it looks like. This is a picture frame, hangs on your wall. Let's see, up to 31 inches in size. Oh, wow. The 31-inch one is $1,300.
Yeah.
And you can buy a 4-pack for...
The 4-pack is funny. You want a 4-pack of 31.5-inch monitors? It's only $5,200, but you can get a 40% off right now.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It expires on November 19th, probably after this podcast comes out.
Yeah.
Before this podcast comes out.
I'm wondering about these sizes, too. Is 7.3-inch the size of the picture or the size of the frame? Because... I mean, it looks like they put a 7.3-inch picture and like a 50-inch frame around it.
Says it's got a long battery life. 2 years it says? 2-year long battery life. So it's using e-ink display. But you can't put your own pictures on there from what it looks like. You can just put AI pictures. And it's not the frame, Gavin. It is the interior portion that you're looking at there.
Yeah, because they give you the frame dimensions down below. So
the mat is, yeah.
Ooh, and they're compatible with Ikea Rotolam frames. However you say that.
You must be able to put your own pictures on here. You must.
I don't think so. I think it's only AI, man. It's honestly surprising Samsung didn't do this first because they're always all in on crypto and stuff. So, or NFTs. This seems like a Samsung thing. I don't know if I want an AI art frame in my wall. Like if I was just like, I want you to show me some random art that I didn't ask for. Maybe that's what people are looking for, but
I like that it has it's using e-ink, right? So the e-ink color paper is actually kind of decent now, as long as you're not right up on it. And the fact that it basically it can be charged for like a 2-year period. You don't have the wires and stuff running down your wall. So I don't know. I like that. That's kind of nice.
And you can, just to clarify, you can put family photos and stuff.
Oh,
on
fine.
There, as well as AI.
All right, well that's good.
Generate some.
I thought it was only AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of my family. Go ahead and put it on there. What did you do to me?
Oh, here it is. Finally, down here at the bottom, you can bring family photos to life. Okay, so you can put them.
Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, that's a really good deal then, because I mean, the photo frames in general are pretty expensive. And they're always like such weird apps and stuff like that. If you can get this for $150 and it does what it says it does, I mean, that's pretty good. And there's probably not a monthly fee with it either.
And it would be awesome for messing with your sibling. Can you imagine you put up a family photo on there, but tell AI to take out your sister? And see how long before they notice she's gone from the family photo.
Just replace her with somebody. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, put random kids in the picture or something.
Put her with another family. This is where you were adopted from.
I would. That's one thing. That's a game I'd probably do, is make a change to the picture and see how long before people notice.
I did that to one at my parents' house. They haven't noticed yet. So my brother did, and he cracks up when he sees it. So, all right, well, there we go. If you want to get the, let's see, what is this? The 31.5-inch picture thing, then you can get that for $1,300 for one of them. But there's always the 4-pack, but you get 40% off on that too, or 39% off technically. And what does that bring it down to? Like $1,000? So $1,000 for a 31-inch e-ink paper display thing. Woo!
And use our discount code. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're going to buy one of these, I'm going to find a discount code that you can use for us. So.
Yeah. I feel like I should buy one of these or 4 of them.
I was thinking, I was like, they're pretty nice. I was looking at Amazon, and obviously Amazon always has all kinds of stuff on there. You can buy a random off-brand one I've never heard of called Husin for $329. Similar concept.
Is it battery powered?
It is ultra long battery power, so it might be the same one, honestly. But I would trust SwitchBot over some random brand called Husin. So
Husin's a family name, TJ. I mean,
I mean, my grandpa used to buy a Husin
He's
only.
always telling me about his Husin.
Using e-art.
Yeah. All right, moving on here. We got Homey. Homey's got an MCP server, Gavin. They've launched an MCP server.
Nice.
It allows AI agents like ChatGPT and Claude to securely control your home. So MCP is Model Context Protocol. It's basically documentation for the AI to basically plug in and be able to know what the API calls are for whatever system they're connected to. So it was like all the rage for a little while, and then I think that has kind of slowed down for other things. But this is a good addition for them, because you could just like hook it up it could be a tool that like your ChatGPT or Claude or whatever can hook up to, and it could just say, "Hey, turn off the lights in here," and if it doesn't know how to like trigger it, it can look up the code for it and then trigger those particular things. So that's kind of cool. It's not a bad idea. This Home Assistant has a MCP server, I'm sure, right?
I think Home Assistant had an MCP server, or they added support for MCP servers. I haven't been able to keep up with everything AI. I haven't gotten into the MCP server phase yet. I'm just learning about agents this week and having fun with them. So, I mean, it's good that they're getting into it. I wonder how long MCP is going to be around for, because it seems like some people are starting to move on from it too.
Yeah, it unfortunately it like can take up a lot of the context that you need to run the agent, and so the agent doesn't have any space to like take in instructions or anything like that, and it starts hallucinating at that point. So I think MCP, while it was all the rage for a bit, I think it's kind of, they do have one. And you know what? I did use the Home Assistant MCP myself. I forgot that they had this because I do have it installed. I was using it to work on something the other day. But yeah, it basically, if it's plugged into the AI thing, it can go in and like pull your whole project, look at everything that's in there. It can pull, all the entities, filter out what it wants to. It basically knows how to operate Home Assistant and can do whatever you ask it to do. So it's kind of cool. I forgot I was using that. All right. Well, let's move on and talk about more AI that may be confused. Maybe not. Google is rolling out its new Gemini voice assistant to the Google Home smart speakers and displays, but I guess the process for some people, I guess, has been slow and pretty confusing. Despite Google's upbeat messaging, users are reporting issues like misinterpreted commands and poor smart home device control. Things you would consider pretty basic for a smart home assistant. Gemini is part of a broader overhaul, includes a new Ask Home chatbot in the Google Home app and AI-powered features for Nest cameras, such as generating daily summaries of home activity. This is what happens when you let LLMs hallucinate on what your activity in your house, I guess. I don't know. I can totally see this happening. Like, what else did we expect?
AI is hard. It's not easy. Everyone's just trying to throw it out there, and AI is hard, and even more confusing. Like reading these stories, and they're calling it Google Home Assistant, and they weren't even saying Google; they were just saying Home Assistant because they were assuming you found Google, And I'm reading this, and I'm thinking they're bashing Home Assistant. What happened now? Yeah, it's like even the naming is confusing now. So I don't know. It feels like Google's just rushing to get this out at this point.
Well, so is Amazon.
Yeah, gotta catch up. Yeah.
Well, Amazon's not rushing for anything, apparently. They're taking their sweet time. I still don't have my Alexa Plus in Canada. I don't even think she's up here yet. Probably stuck at the border still.
In general?
She got stuck. She didn't bring her ID.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Government shutdown, canceled her flight up here or something. I don't know.
Well, there we go. More AI in the home. Speaking of things, I guess, that won't be in the home anymore, iRobot, the maker of Roomba vacuums, is in serious financial trouble. In Q3 earnings, revenue fell far below expectations due to market headwinds, production delays, and shipping issues. The company now has less than $25 million in cash and no additional funding sources. This is all after a failed acquisition from Amazon way back in 2022. I remember that. And iRobot was left with significant debt, laid off over 30% of its staff, and lost the founder and CEO. A new product line is launched this year with LiDAR navigation and new hardware features, but hasn't reversed the decline. So looks like iRobot at once kind of like the only vacuum anybody ever thought of when they thought of robot vacuums. Looks like they're in trouble. The company, yeah.
And it's at this point where it's like, as a developer, start working on a local API, control from the app or something. I think right now they do have local APIs because my Home Assistant connects to it locally, I believe. But to get that all set up, I think I need their app or some cloud stuff and all these things. But, if they go under, I'll be so upset. That's not cheap. That's not a cheap device.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that iRobot has pivoted before. I mean, and they've been around for so long now, nearly 50 years at this point, or 40 years at this point. They can pivot again, maybe. Yeah, I think they got. Wasn't this the one where they were like, they took on like a ton of money in debt to be acquired from Amazon because they figured that it was going to go through and it didn't, and then they're like, whoops, now we have no money. Yeah, I feel like they kind of got screwed on that one, right? Do we agree with that one? I mean, I understand Amazon shouldn't be buying everybody, but at the same time, they were going to fail either way. So, and this is kind of the argument. I think Amazon's come out and said, like, oh, well, this is definitely regulators' fault. You guys kind of did this to iRobot.
Oh, yeah, totally the regulators' fault. They twisted their arm to make them take an extra debt out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, they took a $200 million loan from the Carlyle Group to fund the operations as a stopgap until Amazon deal closed. So yeah, that $200 million loan is still got to be paid for. Whoops.
And they had to pay Amazon $94 million.
Yeah, right. Because there's
for a breakup fee.
Yeah, yep.
Reverse breakup fee. Not a good time to work at iRobot.
It's a bad agreement. Yeah, that's why the CEO isn't working there anymore. Clearly. All right. Well, good luck to anybody over there at iRobot. Like I said, that was my first robot vacuum. There's a ton of other players on the market now, though. I mean, market headwinds is hard to say. What do they have that nobody else has? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Well, speaking of crappy situation.
Oh man. So Gavin found this Kohler toilet, I guess.
Oh no, don't blame me for
You're always looking for poop tech.
Yeah,
what's up with you?
So Kohler is introduced the Dakota. It's a health tracker that attaches the inner ram of your toilet and passively analyzes waste. It uses advanced sensors, and Dakota evaluates hydration levels, gut health, and detects the presence of blood in the toilet bowl.
It's important.
Yeah, it's very important. It tracks frequency, consistency, and the shape of waste to provide personalized insights via the Kohler Health app. Setup is tool-free, and the device is compatible with most standard white toilets. Data is encrypted and can be accessed through a fingerprint authentication on the on the included remote. And membership is required to use the product. It was developed over 10 years with input from PhDs and over 1.2 million data points. Oh, I must have said another word, but collected during its creation. We had a lot of fun with this in the hub this week, and if you're want to support the show, you can go check out some of the images that came out of this, but mostly around the fingerprint fingerprint device, because that seems
too
like
easy.
Are you saying I have to finger my poop detector in order to get any readings off of it?
Nope, you just need to just touch. Just need a touch.
Oh, that's good. This is ridiculous, and it requires an app or like a monthly fee too.
Yeah.
A single user. I mean, 'cause if you're gonna buy this for yourself, I don't know what you're doing with your life. $7 per user, or you can get a family plan which covers up to 5 people for $12.99.
There you go.
Wow,
that seems like a deal
per user.
Have we talked to Jimmy yet? Has he got his hands on this? Because he's our leading toilet expert.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
He needs to get one of these.
We know what his gut health is.
This is silly. I don't know. I think this is a good idea in general. It's going to take a while for these devices to actually look decent, not be weird. But the whole concept of this is weird to me. Like, if I walked into somebody's house and I saw this on their toilet, I'd be like, what is this device that you have here?
Exactly.
Don't be in that toilet. This is costing me $7 a month.
Something like that in the toilet just becomes a target for me,
This is a weird bidet. It's not hooked up to anything.
It's like I keep pressing the button. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm glad they're charging $7 a month, because that means at least they're charging for the servers and everything, outside of how much does this thing cost? I didn't even go
$600.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
I mean, I feel like for I don't know, just give me a monthly fee that just covers the device cost though. I'm going to have this thing for a while. Just charge me $10.
It's got a camera.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't have a... Well, I guess it does have a camera.
It does have a camera. It looks down into the toilet, though.
This is illegal. You can't put cameras in toilets.
But it doesn't look up. It looks down. So
somebody in Ohio just got busted for this.
The pricing, the subscription doesn't make sense, too. It's either, $7.99 for one or $12.99 for a family pack.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, if you have more than one, you have to pay $12.99. It doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe you want your poop analyzed, Gavin, but your wife doesn't.
I don't know. She doesn't have a choice. If we have it, we have it. No.
I think that you have it's still $6.99, or what is it, $5.99 for the device, right? And then if you have 2 people in the house, then you may as well do the family plan, right? And go to $12.99.
Right. Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. Instead of you could get 1, 2, or 3 and then jump to 5,
But no matter what, you have to pay for the membership. It is required to use this.
No, that's fine. That's fine, because then you're
funding it.
Yeah, your poop analyzer thing isn't going to go and iRobot itself out of the house, right? So it's you're funding it. Exactly.
Yeah, you're funding you're paying for the AI computing and the advancements of everything. So they will get better at analyzing poo, and
I didn't think about that, but do you think they have a poop AI out there?
I mean, did you hear how many data points I had?
It's a poop AI, poop chatbot. It's 1.2 million or something.
1.2 million data poops is what it is. Points. Sorry, I said it.
I mean, that's a lot.
Can you imagine the developer that had to develop all this and analyze as many poops as they can to...
What do you do for work? Well, let me see. It's a long story.
I look at crap all day.
Oh, yeah, me too, buddy. Me too.
What a crappy situation.
What a crappy job. Oh man.
I like the installation steps. It's like how do you do this? And it's like step 1, download the Health app. Step 2, install Dakota. Step 3, use the bathroom.
Yep, the fingerprint authenticator remote you attach to your wall, and then whenever you go to the bathroom, you put. Now I think that's for your finger. You put your finger on that right there. It looks cylindrical, and like maybe people get the wrong idea, but that's for your finger. You put it right there, and then I get there's an X. Like, what if you started and you're like, nope, not going to do anything, then you hit X, and I guess it logs you off the toilet, right? So yeah, it's got all that. It's got a camera that faces down into the toilet. Clearly, I'm pretty sure that's a camera, and maybe
it does
like
have
a
an attachable battery, so that's nice. You don't have to like uninstall your poop reader. You just disconnect the battery and go plug it in.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want that.
There's a USB-C port on the side though, so I imagine that's pretty awkward if you're using the restroom.
I feel like I should get this and not tell my wife. Like, I should get this for Christmas or something. This seems like a pretty good Christmas gift, doesn't it?
I got you this for Christmas, honey. I've been worried about your health for a while.
What's the gift guide look like on this? Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think I want to know about my health problems, to be honest. So
Not this bad.
No. Nope. And I only have one bathroom in my house, so everybody that comes to my house would see this.
You need the family plan, is what I'm hearing.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm seeing it also only available in the United States.
Nope.
So
No Gavin, then.
Clearly not ready to be shipped overseas just yet, but Kohler's working on it. Don't worry.
There's probably some laws about watching your poop in other countries.
I mean, yeah, we don't have that private.
The U.S. is like, whatever.
Privacy, yeah, we don't have that here. So literally,
if you want to sell pictures of your poop, go ahead.
Oh man. Well, 10 years of research, 8 doctors, and 1.2 million data points collected during the development of Coda. So, I'm curious. I'm curious how it works. We're laughing, but like if it makes you pee better, I don't know, or healthier, and then I mean that's pretty good, right?
If it makes you feel better, yes.
Until you're really dehydrated. What if it just goes, ooh, seek medical attention immediately?
Yeah. Sometimes I worry about that with these health apps. It's nice when you load them and everything and they're like, yeah, everything's cool. But that day it's like, yo, there's something wrong here. Like, I don't know how I'll react.
8 doctors. I don't know. It's a sleek little device though. Looks like it will fit right into your decor. Dakota will fit into your decor. No, nobody's interested in this. It seems. You guys aren't going to get one, are you?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't care about my poop that much.
Hey, too expensive. Yeah.
I mean, I look at it before I flush it. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Can you please put that after the credits with a warning?
I'm like, no, that looks fine. I've seen not fine poop. I think that's fine.
I don't know. I don't have to be a doctor to know that looks all right.
I justify the colors based on what I ate that day. I know.
If I see red, I know I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Better head on out. All right. Well, it kind of gets back to our iRobot story, but this one and something we talked about last week with Gavin's idea of the Home Assistant Forum community do your thing. Well, I guess the hackers listened because they are now going in and saving Google's discontinued Nest thermostats. So earlier this year, I guess, first and second generation Nest thermostats, Google announced they were going to discontinue support for those. So, but they're still functional. They're just not going to basically get online and do the online things. So what these guys did is they launched a initiative aimed at reviving the thermostat. So it basically replaces a few key parts of the firmware and reroutes traffic to a custom server that's either probably local that mimics the Google Nest API, and they just plug that information back in. So there you go. This is Gavin. Gavin, this is it. This is the community. Do your thing. And now these thermostats, they can keep working. This is great. I love this.
You see, now you're seeing it in action. You see the value of it, like if a device is about to go under, community, do your thing and let them hack away at it. And then they save perfect. You see, the thing is, these are perfectly good devices that still work and still work well. And it's all because they just want to cut off access to it.
Yeah, they want to build the firmware for it anymore. So
Yeah.
There you go. It's up on GitHub. It's up on GitHub, and you can flash the thermostats with this. And I guess it's a self-hosted open source option for you to use the have a little server that's spun up, and there you go. Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, actually, it looks like there's even a hardware alternative if you need to open source the inside of the thermostat. Someone has made $147 hardware device you can pop into this thing, and it will, what's this, take over? This is crazy. It's open source enclosure compatible version of the second gen Nest thermostat. Reuses the enclosure, encoder ring display, and mounts the Nest, but replaces the thinking part with open source PCBs. Wow, there you go. That's great. That honestly, that brings in that's amazing. So I'll put a link to this in the show note as well. Those older Nest thermostats actually still look really nice. Like, I know they're like weird looking now, plastic things, but I kind of like the older ones better than the new stuff that's come out. Anyway, let's move on. All the links and topics we discussed tonight can be found over in our show notes at HomeTech.fm/550. All right. Nothing in the mailbag this week. We do have a pick of the week. The pick of the week is the Billy Bass Assistant. It's back.
This is awesome.
Now better than ever.
Version 2.0 features improved MQTT say command with support for follow-ups. And there's a video. It's amazing. There you go. Billy Bass Assistant AI Fish. Gavin, have you gotten this going yet? You need to install this, I guess, right?
Too much work right now. But if they just packaged it, I would, I'd buy it and throw it on the wall. Like, give me the final thing. Just let me, I love this. I'd be talking to that fish all day.
Billy now remembers facts, preferences, relationships for each user, can categorize by type, fact, preference, relationship, event, and other, sets the importance level as low, medium, or high, and you can go in and edit those memories through the UI. It's got multiple personas. You can create and switch between different Billy personalities. You can configure personality traits, humor, sarcasm, honesty, that kind of thing. It can have mid-conversation persona switching now. So with graceful voice changes, it says. This is great. It's got a custom song manager in there now. Oh, man. Oh, I should generate a song for your Billy Bass.
No, first thing I'd play is probably K-pop Demon Hunter or something. Golden, and that's the first thing I play right now.
All sorts of stuff in here. Well, there you go. If you've been wondering if you should start on with this is community doing your thing, right? This is the same concept.
Type of concept, they're not hacking like a device that's going under, and bringing it back to life. They're creating something new. So this is a similar concept.
What if the people behind Billy Bass Assistant AI made it work on the Nest thermostat? What would you say?
Nah, I want the whole point of the Billy Bass is just seeing that head come off the wall and look at you and talk to you. That's the best part. The only thing I wish they would quiet down the motors a bit, like not as loud. I mean, that could be for version 3.0 though.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have the head moving and stuff. That makes the whole thing.
Exactly. Maybe sync up the mouth a bit better, but no, this is awesome.
All right, well, there you go. If you have any feedback, questions, ideas for Billy Bass Fish, picks of the week, give us a shout. Email address is feedback@hometech.fm, or head on over to hometech.fm/feedback and fill out the online form. All right, project updates. Gavin did stuff. It looks like I did stuff. TJ may have done some stuff. So, Gavin, let's start with you.
Oh, let's first talk about the SM Lite products. They released another major firmware update, fixing bugs, etc., etc. But that aside, I'm gonna give how many months have I been using this product now?
I feel like you've been talking about it for years at this point, but it's like 3 to 6 months. I would say.
So now I'm gonna revisit it and talk about it again and some of the headaches. So when I first got this thing in the first month, it worked awesome. I love this thing. It was great. PoE, Zigbee antenna, etc., etc. And then they released a firmware update. And ever since that firmware update, it just crashes constantly, right? Like multiple times a day. I even created an automation in my Home Assistant to restart it when it crashes within a minute. I shouldn't have to do that, but it constantly crashes. And then they release firmware update after firmware update. and you know, it's always talking about stability, and now here I am like 3 to 6 months later, and it still crashes on a regular basis. So I'm kind of ready to move on from it now. I'm going to switch over I'm looking for a next antenna to jump to. And the way this is working, I've tried powering it with USB-C. I tried power it with PoE. I've updated. It's all got the latest firmwares and everything. I don't know if the crashing is caused by the device or if it's caused by Zigbee to MQTT. But either way, I don't want to fight with an antenna like this. You know, I just want it to work. And the fact that it's crashing like this, I'm ready to move on. And you'll probably hear, you know, my plans in the probably next week or two, or what I plan to do. So I just wanted to revisit this topic, you know, for those out there. If you have one and you're not getting it crashing like that, let me know though. I'm just curious if it's just my device or if you're also seeing it on yours. I have the MR1U, I think it is.
Honeymoon's over.
Yeah, but that's why I like to revisit these like a number of months later, you know, because you never know what happens. And then next up, this week, the biggest news this week, or if you're listening to this last month, is the release of the Aqara FP300 occupancy sensors. And I have been waiting for these since CES 2025, right?
Yeah.
They were announced there. I thought they looked amazing. I was like, I can't wait for these to come out. And they finally came out, like, what is this, 11 months later? So there was a lot of hype behind this. The internet seems to love it. I'm liking it so far. And I'll just give you my initial impressions. Like, I've been playing with it. The size is awesome. Like, it's just a little bigger than their other motion sensors. You know, it's heavier and stuff, but the size is great compared to like other sensors I've seen out there with millimeter wave. And this is a millimeter wave and PIR sensor built in.
How big is it compared to the FP2?
It's smaller than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's smaller than that. It's more like
you can never tell
PIR
from the
sensors.
images they have. Like, the images are just horrible. The little mock-up images.
I'll take a picture of it with a banana if you want. Like, and you can.
Yeah, I need a banana for scale for sure.
But yeah, no, it's a great size though. It doesn't stand out too much. It's very nice. It's battery powered. Has two CR2450s I think in them, so that's pretty good. And like I was saying, they're PIR and millimeter wave. I think the millimeter wave is in the 60 megahertz range or whatever. So that's pretty good. You can connect it two different ways. It can connect either through Thread, or it can be matter over Thread, or it can be connected via Zigbee. So you have those two options, right? So that's really good too. I saw in one video, and there's a video by, you know, Jimmy, Automated House in our forums, and he went into it and he explains a lot of the gotchas and stuff with it really well. So you want to watch that video, especially towards the end of it where he went into it. But the one thing I realized is, like, you kind of need the Aqara hub with this. So if you connect it, by default, it comes with the Thread firmware on it. And that's cool. So you can connect it, you know, to your HomeKit, you know, without the hub or whatever other Thread capable device you have. But the problem is you don't get all the configuration options. Like, you can configure sensitivity, you can configure the radios, you can configure, you know, even the ranges as which it will detect stuff. Like, you can have it detect from 0 to 1 meter and then have a gap in there and go from 5 meters to 9 meters, that type of thing, right? But you don't get any of that if you connect it through via Matter to other ecosystems. If you connect it to the Aqara hub, though, then you get all the settings, right? So I guess they kind of did that with Matter, and they said, no, we're going to make people need our hub to get all the settings and stuff like that. So I have a hub, you know, so that's pretty cool. I'm able to do that. But if you don't have a hub, you might want to get the hub, or else you just really get just the sensors. It'll go on and off with the default settings.
Well, all those settings are probably not in Matter either. Like, they're not built in as, like, Matter probably doesn't have a millimeter wave concept of.
There's ways of implementing it, and you know, like when you look at like the Innovelli switches with 150 different options, there you can implement these settings one way or another. I think they personally chose not to.
Yeah, I can see that.
To force you to their hub, and then if you didn't have Thread, or you know, didn't want to connect it via Matter and you wanted to connect it via Zigbee, well, that's where it comes a problem again too, because you're going to need to connect it to their hub. and then say, hey, I want to connect via Zigbee. And at that point, it downloads a new firmware to it for Zigbee.
Yeah.
And then you can cancel that, and then I can connect it to Zigbee, either directly to Home Assistant, or I can connect it Zigbee to their hub, right? So, in the end, they kind of are pushing you to get their hub, I feel. I don't know how I feel about that, but I just want to point it out. You got to keep that. And then Jimmy even pointed this out in the video. I didn't even realize this, but when you connect it via Zigbee to their hub, you get all the features. Whereas if you connect it to Matter to their hub, there's certain features that are still missing. You don't have access to. Right. So it's kind of weird like that. It's a little confusing. I mean, if you didn't configure anything, you just get out of the box, just the basic sensors. Right. And I guess that would work for most people, I hope. But the best experience, I think, is probably just adding Zigbee directly to Home Assistant. You get all the options in there, all the configuration options, and you don't have to deal with all the other problems. The other thing I found out when doing this was that if you connect devices to the car, like I have the M3 hub, which exposes devices to my Home Assistant, it doesn't pass along the online-offline status of the devices to Home Assistant. So you'll never know if these devices go offline unless you open up the Quora app and you look at them and you see them online or offline, right? I was expecting that you would see that in Home Assistant, if something wasn't reporting anymore. They don't track that at all. There's nothing you can do. They don't pass along that information. So it's not really a good experience. So I'm going to try and put everything directly in Home Assistant that I can and just go from there. But it's really nice. Really nice device. I still like it. I think it's fast. I put it in one of my most used places, my master bathroom. And I spend a lot of time in there and it hasn't turned off on me yet. And as soon as I walk in there, it's very fast. Things turn on right away. The PIR picks it up first, and then the millimeter wave makes sure I'm still there. So pretty good. It gets through walls and stuff. So it detected me in the shower and it didn't turn off the light. So that was also good there too. And one thing I found interesting, somebody mentioned in a video that if you connect it via Zigbee instead of Thread, you get almost a year of extra battery life. So it seems like Zigbee is more efficient than Thread is over, when it comes to battery life. So that was...
they're claiming 3 years of battery life in Zigbee and 2 years in Thread.
Yeah. So that makes me want to stick with Zigbee then. Yeah, because, the less I, change the batteries, the better. So, yeah.
I kind of want one of these now. I mean...
It's pretty cool. Like I said, when you connect it to like Zigbee to their hub, you get that AI spatial learning feature. But you're not going to get that if you connect it via Thread to their hub, which really just makes things confusing for the end user. If you want everything, just connect it via Zigbee to your hub, get that extra year of battery life, and be done with it. Right?
There you go.
Yeah,
that's how they want you to use it. Do it that way.
At this point, I've had it literally for probably 3 days. I'll I always like to say this. I'll probably talk about this again in a month or two and let you know how it's been going.
Yeah, I almost bought them, but now that you said that, I'll wait. So.
Oh, you're gonna wait till my next review?
Yeah, I'll wait.
All right, it'll be a 6-month review then. But yeah, that's my quick initial review of the FP300. No, I still say go get it. Do you have the Kohler hub? Do you have one of their hubs?
Yeah, I have the FP2 and I have their hub and I have a door lock attached to it. So go
get it. I think you'll like it. And, it beats any of the wired sensors and it's a nice size. I think you'll like it.
I really like the FP2. And the only problem with it the other day, my daughter, because it's in her room, it's supposed to keep up with her when she's in bed, getting out of bed. And it, for the most part, it's been working. We kind of stopped paying attention to it. And I went to look the other day. I'm like, it doesn't say she's in her room at all. And I went and looked up there on top of the bookshelf, and somehow a little monkey had climbed up there and pushed it over and knocked it over to where it was facing back, and she did a bunch of other stuff, some things up there. I'm like, you have done something.
Yeah, she's smart.
But yeah, here's the worst part. Now that it's moved, getting it to line back up exactly where it was, where I, set it up and configured and walked around and marked off on the room where the bed was. Oh, it was a pain to figure out the exact angle and everything it needed to go back at. So if this can be just installed for 3 years and just sit there and she can't do anything about it, that would be way better.
Yeah,
So-
this doesn't give you that kind of room design that the old one, like the FP2 was it? Let you design the room and choose like the bed and stuff, draw out the bed and
Oh,
stuff.
no?
This doesn't give you that. This is more just like general presence. And you can mount it on the ceiling too if you wanted to, so then she couldn't reach it and knock it over.
Oh, so it doesn't have zones or anything like the other one?
No, it has ranges and stuff, but it's not like the FP2 where, like you could draw out the room and say, oh, only detect if someone's in the bed or on this chair or something like that. It doesn't have that type of stuff.
Gotcha.
It's just
right.
general occupancy of a room.
Oh, then that's my use case right there. I was thinking I would get this one and install it so it could take over doing that one's job, and then bring the FP2 into like the garage or some other location that would be better. But no, it sounds like that's the FP2 is the one I should have in there if it doesn't zones.
Yeah.
So
this one
all
you'd probably want to throw by your garage door in that little hall you have. You said, you'd probably throw this in that hall there.
Yeah, especially if it has better range than the PIR that's there.
Yep.
Because 6 meters, it definitely does. That's the problem in that room is that at the end of the room, the PIR doesn't pick you up anymore, and the lights turn off. So
this one has longer than 6 meter range, but and it has 4 sensors built into it. I don't think I mentioned that, but not only does it have occupancy, it also has temperature, humidity, and light. So it's a multi-sensor as well.
No, excellent. I might get it.
Get one. Just get one. Might as well.
Buy one right now.
Yeah, do it right now. Live. You might as well.
Ooh, what's this TP Link one?
See, he easily gets distracted. Jeez.
No wonder you never.
No. We haven't reviewed that one.
I'll think about it. I don't know. Think about it. I have to really be annoyed with the lights in the laundry room to get it. So $50 motion detector. Let's see. Is that all you got for your projects and reviews?
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this week. Yep.
I've done some things. One, I complicated my life a little bit. But first,
not you,
right? I did go out and I set up some Christmas lights. So I've started that project, and it's probably going to take a little while. I've started to break out the old pixel lights and upgrading how they're mounted to the house, and some changing a few things. So I'm slowly being happy. I wish I had more time to get that done, because I can kind of tinker with that kind of stuff in the morning and then realize I don't have enough stuff, and then you have to order it and you have to wait for it to show up before you can continue the project. So I had like a few hundred lights on the roof that I never took down from last year, and I got up there and looked at them, and they were all like, the sun had like turned them brown and everything. I'm like, I wonder if these work. And I hooked them up, and sure enough, they fired right up. So yay for not taking the lights off the roof, because those are working. And I've just got to put the other ones up around the edge of the house. And I think I'm going to do my window this year, and then maybe one of those like Christmas tree things, or I have a telephone pole outside that it has pretty much been abandoned by the power company. They I watched them the other day. They came by and knocked the numbers off of them, so they're not going to touch it anymore. Now that we have power underneath the ground, they don't need to worry about the poles. And so I think I'm going to like climb up there and make a big giant candy cane or something out of it. So it should be fun. For my audio system here, guys, and I don't know if you notice, I'm a little louder. You can probably hear me drinking this Dr. Pepper and eating the peanuts. I got sick and tired of this lousy, what is this thing? The PreSonus Studio 24C that I've been using for, I don't know, probably a decade now. And I was like, you know what? I want a mixer. But I don't want to mix it. I don't want like the fader board or anything. I don't want to deal with that. And one of the products we used, I developed for when I was at Blackwire, was the Yamaha MTX series, which is basically an entire mixing console shoved into like a box for installed sound. And you know what? I was surfing on the internet, as you will, the other day, and I found one for like $800. And this thing is like a, I don't know, $2,500, if not $3,000 more piece of gear. It has Dante in it. This one had like 4 additional outputs on a card that's probably like $600 or $700. So I'm like, I will buy that. So I bought it. I got it in. It's magical. It is so nice. I'll send you guys a screenshot of what like I look at for the mixer and the audio routing and everything. It's absolutely amazing.
Sounds complicated.
Yeah, that sounds like too much.
Yeah.
It's way complicated. But you know what? Right now I have my computer set up with Dante. So I have Dante in and out on each computer, and it doesn't matter which computer I'm on. If one is plugged in, one's not, I have the access to the microphone on that computer because it goes over Dante. It doesn't go over USB cables or anything like that. So I can like pick up and drop off the audio anywhere I want. This computer can feed over there. This computer can feed over there. It's great. It doesn't matter which way they go because they all go through a mixer and goes through Dante. And yeah, I'm really liking this. So there's a lot. There's a lot that like that it does complicate, but once it's set up and done, then it's all kind of gets like patched in. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to try and do a little bit more with it. And the fact that like you can patch multiple routes of audio over Ethernet these days and not have all these wires and everything hanging around. That's amazing. They're really cool. So yay for finding a cheap, expensive mixer that no one cares about because it's used for commercial audio and they have no idea that it's like basically a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 console processor shoved into a box with rack ears on it. No one cares about it. So I really like these products. I think they're still making them, but I heard that they were going to be redoing the line shortly. And of course, the Yamaha keeps quiet about everything. But yeah, from what I understand, these are still coming out. They even have like new Brooklyn 3 Dante cards in the new one. This is an old one. It was like on version 1, and I think they're on version 4 now. So I had to update the firmware for it. But after that, like it's been absolutely amazing to actually have a professional Yamaha mixer, professional Yamaha preamps, compressors, EQs, all that built into a device that doesn't look like one of those giant board things that you have to have on your desk. And the best part is I can hook it up to like an iPad for control. Haven't done it yet because you can basically just lay out what you want to be on the iPad. So like I'm going to have a big mute button on there so I can tap that and it would mute the microphone, change the volume on the mic or whatever inputs it needs to go to. And then whatever settings you want, you can actually recall an entire snapshot of the whole board and recall it back and forth. So if I ever mess something up, I can just hit one big button and it resets all the audio paths. So really cool system. I'm happy with it. I know it's probably a little bit too nerdy on the audio side of things to be talking about, but I'm happy. I finally got my microphone working because I've never liked this microphone with this preamp because it just couldn't handle it. But this one does. This one is loud.
You do sound pretty crisp.
Yeah, it's a wild mixer because it has a 16 by 16 matrix built inside of it too with 16 zone outs. Like it's a little bit more. Well, that part's a little more complicated. But if you just say, okay, I just need a mixer, 1 or 2 zones. All good to go. Because I have 2 computers, I can route the audio different for each computer. Like one computer doesn't need its own audio back to itself. So it should be fun. I can't wait to really think this through and set it up and get it up and going because it's a cool piece. So that's what I got. TJ, what you doing?
Nice. 52 days until CES.
What?
We're going to be there in 52 days. Yeah. Well, Gavin and I will be there. I don't know. Seth won't be there.
Could be.
I don't know about Seth.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we're just counting you out at this point. You're not going to be there. 52 days though.
You guys remind me when we get a little closer.
I had to put it in there somewhere. We didn't talk about it in the warm up for some reason. So
it's weird.
Seth was trying to get on so we wouldn't talk about it. But this week I have done a couple projects. I have put my Christmas lights up. We'll include a picture of what that looks like. Every year when the holidays end, no matter if it's Halloween or Christmas, I go to the local hardware store and I buy whatever's on clearance because I'm just like, whatever. I don't want to spend full price on a lot of these decorations. And so for the past several years, I've been buying Christmas lights every time the season ends. And I now officially have the most Christmas lights in the whole neighborhood in my front yard. So I've got a lot of them are just like normal lights. But this year I kind of went all in on twinkly.
Ooh.
I've really liked twinkly lights, every time I plug them in, like I had them for the Christmas tree first, but every time I plug them in, they just work again. Like there's not like a bunch of BS. Like they have to do a firmware update, obviously, because what doesn't after a year? But they just continue working. So this year I bought some more twinkly lights for my front yard, and I don't know if I'm just not as price sensitive to these lights now, but they're pretty affordable. You can buy like a 250 count LED for like $60 on Amazon.
Oh, that is actually pretty
really
good. I think they were used to be at like $75-$80 for those. So yeah, it's not bad.
So I mean, I think that's the normal price. They're on sale right now or something. I bought a 250 LED for like $60, and ironically, the 100 LED was like $10 more. So I got some of those. I've got up to 4 twinkly LED sets now. I really like them. I want to get some of their other stuff. They make like a reindeer, and a wreath and some other things. Those things can get expensive though. Like they have like a pre-lit Christmas tree, and
Yeah.
I think one of their pre-lit Christmas trees is like $1,000. So they do get pretty expensive, but they're nice. So, I've been very happy with these.
They have like their pro line and everything they even had those at Infocom when I was there in Orlando. Just a huge booth set up with twinkly matrix LEDs. So they had big giant like 10-foot fence things with twinkly lights on them, and they were putting images and things up on them. It's kind of cool.
I love it.
I have the same set, like the 250 set for my tree. It's a hit every year. I have the little music thing too, and plug it in. Everybody loves it. So
yeah, and it's just like one of those things that works. I mean, we talk about this, I think, every season.
Yeah.
Like you always talk about how you can build your own lights and stuff like that. I'm pretty lazy. I'm not going to build my own lights. Like every time you talk about it, I think it's a good idea. I'm like, I should do that. And then it gets to like November, 13th, which it is right now, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll do that next year.
Yeah,
and I never do. So
there is something to be said for buying the package, and like Twinkly, Govee, I think Squeaky a little bit more than Govee, but like they have a good solution if that's what you want to do. I would not recommend doing the light, like, so the WLED stuff I was using last year, same LEDs I'm using this year with different controllers, but like I ended up, all my WLED controllers I've been pulling out because they're great, but they're very limited in what they can do. They still serve a purpose, I guess. It just depends on what you want to do. It's a good starting point to start from, but yeah, I wouldn't. If you just want to throw some lights up, go with the twinklies. Don't do this. This way is the path of madness. But I do kind of enjoy tinkering with this kind of stuff, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes that I'll be mounting outside to control all these lights.
Yep.
And let's see. And I also got a bunch of other. So I had an idea. Thanks for reminding me, TJ. I just got them in. I have you know those blow up things that you get that have like little 12-volt adapters that screw in with the little weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we were talking about this because the power supplies always go out.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to use these 12-volt power supplies. They're 350 watts. I could just splice the line and solder on and, make sure I shrink wrap it up so it's waterproof. But like, I can just do that. And then I have a 350 watt power supply. I did buy some fuses to be safe. So I got a little fuse block that's like this big, has a bunch of fuses on it, and I can just wire whatever I want into that. So after like doing these other boxes, I'm like, I'm going to do a power supply box that just does nothing but powers up these the blow up things. And because every year one of the stupid like power supplies goes bad, and I'm like, the thing doesn't air up. How do you replace a stupid thing? Like you have to go find another one that doesn't work or pull it out from another holiday or something. No.
Yeah, they're always the cheapest thing possible too. So
yeah, they're garbage. So no, this year it's all going to have a big power supply box that I can run 350 watts power going to each one of these things. They only need like 1 amp to run the little motor. So I have plenty of power now. I have 1 or 2 boxes that I bought for that, just for that. So yeah, that will, airing up the blow ups will not be a problem this year.
Yeah, and I'm sure they've made these for a while, but Twinkly also makes permanent outdoor lights. I have the Nano Leaf ones right now, and I got to say they're hot garbage because they never connect to my Wi-Fi correctly. If I was going to go with permanent lights these days, I would either go with Govee or Twinkly. I have not used the Twinkly ones, but I assume they're pretty good. And they solve the little mounting issue. They have little screws little screw holes that you can actually mount the lights with, compared to like doing the double-sided tape and stuff like that. So
is this under their pro
I would
stuff?
consider those. No, I think it was just like their normal stuff. Yeah, permanent smart out lights, but they only come in one size as far as I know, so not a ton of options there. It's 98 feet, which is not going to cover a lot of houses. So that is the downside. It's $250 on sale right now, $300 normal price. They look pretty nice though,
Oh yeah,
so.
you have a screw hole right on the thing where you can just mount.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what you need, because I think it was the Govee ones. They do not have screw holes at all. I think they came out with a new version or a pro version that did.
Mm-hmm.
The Nanoleaf ones have some kind of mount system, so at least that problem solved. My problem with the Nanoleaf ones, they literally never connect to my app. I can only control them when I connect to them via Bluetooth, and I have really good Wi-Fi in my backyard, so it's not a Wi-Fi problem; it's a Nanoleaf problem. But that's a different story. My next thing I've got, I talked about last week on the show, getting my 3D printer. I bought a Bamboo Lab P1S. This is a enclosed 3D printer. I got it with the AMS2 Pro, which is the multi-filament support. So it holds 4 rolls of filament. You can only print with one at a time. It's only got one extruder on it. But it has 4 different filaments on there, so you can switch colors out while you're printing. I bought this all at the same time, but the shipping company that Bamboo Lab uses, it's a Chinese shipping company called Yun Express. They lost my AMS2 Pro. And by lost, I mean they just won't deliver it. They say my address is incorrect, even though they delivered another item to the same address a day later. So it got lost in transit, but luckily we have a micro center here in town, and so I went and just bought it, and I'll get a refund for the other one. But I got it installed tonight. It is really nice, but it is extremely loud. It's nice to have just a couple rolls of filament in there. You can have different colors. I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably just put like the same colors in a couple of different ones, and that way if I run out of filament during a print, it'll just automatically switch to the other one. So it does create a lot of waste if you're going to constantly switch colors, but you know it's all right. It's an easy way to get around having multiple extruders so you can print with different colors.
You should have gone with the Husin shipping company. They're really good.
Yeah, fantastic, I'm sure. But the advantage of the AMS in general is that it can read the NFC or the RFID tags from the Bamboo Lab spools. And so if you load Bamboo Lab original spools into the AMS, it'll automatically read them and set the correct settings for it. So that part's pretty nice. Interested to play with that a little more. I've only printed one thing using it. Luckily, it stopped before we started the podcast because it is extremely loud.
Is it really loud? Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it is, because it's constantly rolling and unrolling the filament, and so it's literally like like the whole time. So, and it's only when it's changing colors. If it's not changing colors, it's not a big deal. But yeah,
is the like the normal printing loud?
I would say it's one of those things like you wouldn't want to have it in your bedroom.
No.
But like it's in the room next to our bedroom, and I print at nighttime, and it doesn't bother me.
Oh, okay.
So it's not terrible.
You guys are like having me on the edge. Like I keep hearing really great things about this particular one, the bamboo thing, and I'm like,
I mean, right now it's on sale, and guess what, Seth? Is it basically costs the same price as your AI horn, but it does real things.
Yeah, I could buy 2 of them for the price of one of these toilet things too.
That's true. You could buy the AMS2 Pro combo for the same price as this toilet thing, which is really good. So, yeah. But if you're going to do that, you should make a trip to Miami so you can buy it from the Micro Center store.
It doesn't seem like that's worth a trip to Miami.
Well, that way you don't get it lost in shipping like me.
No, I'll ship Husin.
It is fun. You know, the last time I had a 3D printer was I had some of the Ender 3 printers. And then I had a FlashForge printer. They've come a very long way, and this Bamboo one is very easy to use. Like, if you've never had a 3D printer and you're not trying to learn like the inner workings of a 3D printer, I think the Bamboo Lab is a pretty good one to have. Yeah,
I'm kind of in that mindset. Well, like I'm in that mindset. Every like I would say now almost like every maybe once or twice a month. I see something that I'm like, oh, I need a 3D printer for that. Like hanging these Christmas lights, all sorts of little 3D printer things you could get in clips and things that help with that process. But, I basically am stuck with ordering them. But yeah, and then my daughter is expressed interest in getting a 3D printer too. So, and I understand like there's like little iPad apps that you can get, then hand them to kids and they can kind of like design things and print with them. So I don't know. Seems like a fun thing to do. And it seems kind of useful these days with all the stuff that you can do with a 3D printer. So,
well, what a good segue to my final project that I wanted to talk about, Seth, is I created my first 3D design and uploaded it to a website so other people could download it and print it themselves. A month ago, I bought one of the Ubiquiti UNAS devices, a little 2-bay NAS, and I literally bought it because it has PoE. I was like, this is pretty cool. I can just put it on my desk. It's got a little PoE power. I already got a PoE switch in my office, and it'll just back up my computer. So like that'd be pretty cool. But my desk is pretty cluttered already. I have a bunch of stuff on here. I won't show you because you'll probably have a conniption or something.
It can't be worse than my desk.
I'm sure it's not.
No.
I'm sure nothing's worse than your desk.
Nope.
But I was like, it'd be nice to have this not on my desk and mounted on the wall. And so I looked around and, nobody makes a wall mount for this thing. And so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and design a wall mount. And so I logged into Tinkercad, which I have messed with previously to make a couple different things. Tinkercad is basically like a drag and drop builder for 3D designs, kind of like Squarespace is for websites. You just drag shapes on and you change the size of them and everything. And eventually you can come up with a 3D design. And so that's what I did. I made a little wall mount for the UNAS too. And I uploaded it to the internet so other people can download it. It took me, because I don't have like a pair of calipers or anything. And so I was kind of just like winging it. And I would just print like random things and test it out. I think it took me like 20 print revisions to finally come up with something that I was like, all right, other people can download this and use this. So we'll include that in the show notes as well. It's just a little tiny little shelf that you mount on your wall. It's pretty cool though.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's what you and your child can use to make 3D designs, Seth. Very easy to use.
Yeah, I've heard there's all sorts of little things that are super easy enough where a kid can use them. So she likes to do that kind of stuff. So I'll encourage it because it might get a 3D printer out of it.
I bought you this 3D printer for Christmas.
Yeah, here you go. Oh, she'd be over the moon, but my wife would be like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like this cotton candy machine you bought, still sitting here on the floor.
Cotton candy machine.
Yeah, I bought a cotton candy machine, and it's been sitting here long enough. We haven't used it. I've been swearing like I'm going to use it. Maybe I'll break it out and use it for like a little neighborhood get together we're having.
Your house must be like a fun house.
Yeah, who knows?
Just fun stuff everywhere.
Yeah, you would think that. You would think it's right now. It's just shoved full of garbage for Christmas lights and setting up Christmas lights, but slowly getting that out the door. Lots of extension cords. Lots of those. Is that all? That all you got?
That's all I got.
Nice.
CES, 52 days.
Let the countdown begin.
We will be there. We may not be in the buildings, but we'll be there.
Let's say some of them we won't be. Yeah. Who knew they had such strict requirements?
Yeah. They want to know that we're real people, I guess.
Do they not know who we are?
Yeah, come on. We're famous.
Somebody pick up the phone and tell them.
We have a listener in Jersey.
Exactly.
The country.
All right. Well, we want to thank everyone listening to the show, especially if you're in Jersey. But hi, Keith. We want to send out a special thanks to all those involved to support the show through our Patreon page. If you don't know how to support the show through our Patreon page, head on over to HomeTech.fm/support to learn how you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Any pledge gets you a big shout out here on the show, but every single pledge gets you an invite over to our private Slack chat, the Hub, where you and other patrons can see what we were talking about when we discovered the toilet stool analyzer thing from Kohler, because that was a really fun conversation. If you can't support the show financially, we just appreciate a 5-star review, a positive rating, the podcast app of your choice. That's going to wrap another week here on HomeTech. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Till next time.
Take care.